Hi, I'm Henry and welcome to Metro Babel. This is the Byrne Creek Ravine Park and a trail walk from Edmund Station down to the trailhead here, and hopefully you'll enjoy this time down here at the park. And it's a bit of a trek down, but come on with me. You'll get down to this point and then we'll go back up. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, welcome. We got off here at Edmund Station. We're going to walk over here and just see where things are going today. We're going to go and explore the Byrne Creek Urban Trail, and I'm just going to walk over here from the SkyTrain station and just see how things are going. I'm a strange talking head to myself here, so we're just here. That's the SkyTrain station. And we're heading down this path over here that's heading off to the trail. So let's move over this way. It's a bit quieter. There's another way we'll come back around to, but let's move this way first. So this is the trail that you have to walk down to get to the trailhead. So the SkyTrain's just over behind me over there. There's the park and ride, or the kiss and ride, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to head over this way. Now, if it's in the middle of the night, probably not recommending that you walk over this way, but during the daytime's not too bad, and it's a little shady and cloudy today, but then you don't overheat. So Vancouver's not so bad for walking in the clouds and in the gray. So let's move on this way here. I'm gonna get closer to ground with you here, but this is the old railroad track for the old interurban that went through here. So Edmonds was along the interurban route, and there's still a lot of remnants of the track right over here that you'll find along the way. So it's a good reminder of the history of the area and how people used to get around in Vancouver. So when you get to this point in the trail, it kind of splits in a fork. So you can go to this side here, which will go take you to Ron McLean Park, and the other leg of the Byrne Creek Trail. That's going to be my up leg. And then this is, let's call it the outbound here. That will take us on the east side of the creek. Now, I don't know if we'll see the creek today because when there's a lot of foliage, you can't see it. I went through here during the summer and it was hard to see. It was really hot. And there wasn't much to see, but let's see what we get today. But again, in this fork in the road, you can either go this way, which is going to be my outbound, and this will be my inbound. So I'll come back this way later at the end of the walk, I hope, and not too tired. So you can stop here. This is kind of what I consider the trailhead, and you can read up on the history of Byrne Creek Ravine Park here. The creek below was originally Woodlard's Brook, but was renamed after Peter Byrne, who rechanneled this creek towards the southwest, towards the Fraser River. So that's where we are now. It's been this park since 1969, and surrounded by a lot of condos now, because the city and the park development from, I guess, almost 20 years now is just next door on the other side. And we'll see parts of it as we walk along the trail here. So at this point here, you might come from that part of the path onto this main path. This is what we call the urban trail here alongside the creek. But here's the trail, the dirt trail. So take your pick. If it's really muddy, maybe you don't want to walk this way, or unless you're up for a challenge. If you just want to walk alongside the condos and apartments and everything, then you follow the paved trail. We're going to walk down this side for a bit, and then we'll head back to the urban trail, because if you're really winded at the end of this trail and you don't really want to come back up the same way because it's maybe too steep and you bit off a bit more than you can chew, you can grab the bus at the bottom. You can grab either the 116 back up to Edmund Station, or you can take the 100 over to 22nd Street Station, and that will bring you back up to the SkyTrain area. the last time I was here I didn't run past this section, but there's this stone wall from the looks of it there. It's a fairly large area. I don't know what this is exactly, but maybe a remnant of something? Gotta say, one of the nice parts about walking beside the creek is that you can actually hear the creek as you're walking past it. We've had quite a bit of rain over the past week, even a thunderstorm, so you can hear the creek down there. I don't know, you don't always see it, but it is down there and you can hear it and you know it's there, and so you can follow it along. So it's down there somewhere. So if you are looking for some sort of hiking, but you don't want to go too far and you want to stay close to SkyTrain, maybe you don't have a car, you just want to keep it nice and easy for accessibility, this is a really good kind of mini hike. It's not going to be any grouse grind, mind you, but it's pretty good. Work it out. You can walk down to the creek if you wanted to. You see a lot of fallen trees strewn around. Again, that's nature. That's how it is here. Here's the other thing about Vancouver is you just never know when the sun's about to break out. So dress in layers, have something that's nice and waterproof if you can, because you just never know. But the sun's starting to break out, so it's going to be a nice day. It might be pretty hot by the time I get to the bottom, but let's see here. So this is the fork in the road. You'll see that log there. Hopefully, if you ever do decide to come this way, you will see that. If I go over here, that heads back to the urban trail. If I head here, that's the natural trail. And again, it gets really narrow and kind of steep at the end, but I did just see an elderly gentleman go that way. Maybe he's going to turn back, or maybe he's good enough to go all the way. So all the power to him. I really respect that. Sorry folks, had to switch cameras and my audio is not going to be as good now with this, but here we are at the bottom of the urban trail. This is Byrne Park Drive. Let's come over this side here. Southwind and Byrne Park Drive. So Southwind will take you back up towards Griffiths Drive here. And so some cars come up here. This is the southern entrance to the neighborhood. So let's go this way. I'd say one of the impressive things as I'm walking here is there's a lot of seniors that walk this trail. And it's not a flat trail. It's fairly steep, so it's a good workout for them. But I think just trying to keep the body moving through life is important. I know during this COVID period of time, it hasn't been easy to always get out and do stuff. But you know, get out, do stuff, walk around. It doesn't have to be intensive. It could be something a little more leisurely like this. Like I'm just walking along the urban trail here, so it's not super tough, but it's a quick, easy jaunt. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not a quick, easy jaunt from the SkyTrain, but it is a bit of a jaunt. This is the way that you would walk down. We've come from Byrne Park Drive, and then we're walking towards the next part of the trail, which will go head back up to Ron McLean. No relation, as far as I understand, to the hockey commentator, but it is the Ron McLean Park that we'll get up to eventually here. So I think the sun has seen better days. It doesn't look too good right now, but it's all kind of, the sun has kind of worn off all the paint. City needs to replace it. Okay, City of Burnaby, attention, replace the sign. So here we are at the end of the creek. We'll head down to the mighty Fraser River. It empties itself out. I'm not exactly sure where that part is, but this is the end of the trail. So we're going to head back up the trail this way. So there is a nice little park bench over here if you need to take a break, enjoy the view. If you brought your kids on for the walk, let them blow off some steam down here if you don't mind them getting a little wet in the creek. Hopefully they don't fall in. But I'm going to start heading up here because I need to get back for lunch. It creates a bit of an appetite walking this trail here. So let's keep a moving. Yeah, fall colors coming through. This is going to be really beautiful in a week or two maybe, where there's more of this kind of colors. So maybe a bit too early for this walk, but you know, it's not raining, so I'll take advantage of it. So there's some sediment in the water, but you can actually see, because it's not too deep, down into the water. So pretty clean, relatively. I'm sure if there's more rainfall, it's going to get lots of sediment and such. But I think this leg of the hike or the walk is closer to the creek. I'm getting more of a creek side view. The other side I'm really up above at the top of the ravine there, and you're not getting as much of a view. So maybe if you want more of a creek view, being creek side, this is the place to go. Oh, look at that mossy rock, I like that. Wow, this is really the pretty side of the trail here on this side. A lot closer to the creek. And look, we've got stairs. This is a little bit more maintained than the other side, so we're just going to head up the stairs here. This side hasn't been as busy as the other side, but you know, there are people walking up and down these stairs. Ooh, boy, Stepmaster, eat your heart out. This is quite the climb. Oh, the other guy's coming back down. I guess this is a good regular workout. Get your cardio going. Okay, at the top of the stairs, I'm starting to see homes over here. Looks like someone's house is over on this side. So we walked up and someone's home. It looks like a single family residence. Not a townhouse. There are some townhouses further up. We're up this way. No coyotes so far. Knock on wood. Let's keep going. Ah, here's a better map. This is what they need, but this one's been shaded from all the elements. But that's where we are. Right there. So we're heading up to Ron McLean over there, so I still have some ways to go, but we're at the bottom of this little suburban area. So let's head back up. Hear someone playing tennis, so we're getting closer to Ron McLean Park. I can hear so Ron McLean is just around the corner. There's people playing pickleball. Do you play pickleball? Question of the day. Do you play pickleball, or is it not a thing for you? It is getting more and more popular these days. So once you reach these tennis courts, it empties you out onto said parking lot here and said alleys, so just be careful of traffic coming through. That's a speed bump that won't stop anyone except the smallest of children. It was sunny, and then it's cloudy. Welcome to Vancouver again. All of you who lived here for such a long time know how it is. Little creek behind me here that's gonna feed down into Byrne Creek. You know, every little creek and river starts humbly. So after peeking out of the forest and we get at Ron McLean Park, we head back into the forest, just alongside these townhouses over here. And we're going to get back closer to the SkyTrain station here, so we're just going to walk this way. We're here and we're back up to the trailhead. It's definitely clouded over. There's still some sun filtering through, but we're here now. So SkyTrain's not too far from here. I'm just going to walk up to the SkyTrain and head back home. Thank you for joining me. Always honored and humbled if you like what I'm doing here at Metro Babble. So, you know, hit that like button, of course. Subscribe, because I don't have many subscribers at this point, but you know, everyone's got to start somewhere. So thank you. See you next time. We'll see where we go.